Hello friends, today I'm going to share a little bit about my early childhood. Part 1 of a series of how I came to be who I am today. So I hope you'll enjoy this. Thank you for coming, and here we go. So the purpose of my YouTube channel is to inspire others to realize that they can do well no matter what their past circumstances were, and no matter what their circumstances are now. You can thrive in this life. You can find joy, you can find happiness, and you can find hope. You can make lifelong friends. I share my journey for the purpose of helping others. Here we go. Thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and the notifications bell. Also, I want to thank those who watch the entire video, which does help my analytics, does help YouTube to push out my videos for other people to watch. I know you probably don't like the ads. I don't like them either. But the ads do, YouTube does pay me if you watch an ad, a few cents here and there. It adds up and helps me to keep this channel going, keep it good content, and get the things I need to continue doing these kinds of videos. So I thank you all for supporting me in this way, and I really, really do appreciate it. So today I would like to start part 1 of a series, sharing about a little bit about my childhood. So here goes. So I was the middle child of 5 children. I was born Nadine Margaret. Never was sure it was Margaret Nadine or Nadine Margaret because I didn't have a birth certificate. It burned in the courthouse when I was still a baby. I finally later as an adult got a copy of my birth certificate. They had to create something, whatever. Anyhow, so I was born 4 pounds 2 ounces, premature, tiny and frail, with pneumonia. My mother had lockjaw and peritonitis when she was carrying me and gave birth. So I had a rough beginning. I was always teased by my parents. I was told I was like a little hairy monkey I was born. But you look at the picture, I was not a little monkey. I was very cute. Imagine that. So Box Van Dee started out rough, but she ended up being okay as a little baby. So I will share some more pictures in a minute. I was always accident prone when I was a little kid. I cut off my finger, I broke my arm in the playground in Chicago. I had all kinds of broken bones. As I got older, it wasn't so bad. This is a picture of me when I was about 3 years old, maybe 4 years old, living somewhere back east. During that time, I got stuck, when I was 5 years old, I got stuck in an elevator in a tenement building in Chicago, Illinois. My dad worked at a bakery. I don't know what my mother did at that time. So we were little. They were still working before we started our nomad life. Apparently, Dad was always moving because he had to get away from, I don't know, he claimed the mafia, whatever. I don't know how much of that story is true. So I got stuck in the elevator halfway between floors. I was stuck in there for 3 or 4 hours before somebody got me out. I was not tall enough to reach the button to call for help. And it was pretty scary, so I understand why I'm afraid of elevators to this day. That's probably the only fear. I still do like small spaces. I always have. I love to crawl in the cardboard boxes and hide in little closets and whatever kind of little space I could find. So that was a little bit of when I was very young. The next picture is my grandparents, my mother's parents from Ferndale or Detroit, Michigan. And then my mother with my oldest sister and me as an infant, like probably year and a half or 2 years old. This is a picture of my mother with the 4 older kids, and my picture of my great-grandma Susie from Tennessee. This picture, me, my sister Pam, my brother-in-law Ray, and my oldest sister Gwen. My 2 nieces, the one didn't show up in the picture. I lived with them when I was 16 years old. They took me out of a foster home, gave me some stability, had friends in school for the first time in my life, really. And the next picture is my graduation. If it hadn't been for them, I probably would never graduated. I did graduate later. I didn't finish school while I was living with them, but I did graduate later. So from the time I was about 5 or 6 years old, we worked in the fields. We worked the crops. We moved every month or two, following whatever crops were in season at that time. We picked tomatoes. We picked strawberries, beans, and plums, and cherries, and tomatoes, and apples, and whatever we was around at the time. We moved from crop to crop, and we lived in cabins, like one-room cabins with wood stove and wood bunk beds. No places to put anything. We just had everything. Each of us kids had a cardboard box to put all our belongings in. We showered in public showers for the community wherever we stayed. And when there was no work, we traveled around. We moved, lived, sometimes slept on the side of the road, sometimes in the mountains, wherever my parents could find a place to park and camp with 5 kids. We slept under paint tarps. We had pine needles for our bedding. And we fished with sticks and string and cheese or peanut butter. So that's a little bit of my childhood there. Hope you enjoyed this video today. If you want to see more, part 2 is coming up probably next week. I'll share a little bit about the things that happened to me after I left home. And I hope you'll really be inspired by seeing, even though I didn't have great beginnings, there was a lot of abuse, there was a lot of neglect. My parents did the best they knew how. They didn't have great beginnings either, and they just did what they knew. So I don't hold it against them. I have forgiven them, and I've got past that. I don't let that define who I am today. So that's why I try to inspire people. You can have a happy life, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through. You can find hope. Put your faith in a God in heaven that created this wonderful earth, and enjoy everything He put here for us. So let me encourage you, please. Thank you for watching. See you next time.